Welcome in, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if the audio is good. I'm watching the live chat right now. Let me know if everything's coming off great. If the audio is perfect and you can hear that, let me know right away. I should be there. Looks like we've got people scrolling in. So for everyone joining us right now, before we get started of another night of monitoring the war against Iran, make sure you like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the page. Got to be subscribe to the page to be in the live chat for at least 20 minutes. You got to be subscribed. And let's get the live chat active. I want to see a lot of American flags. I want to see a lot of prayers for the troops. Let me know where you're watching from. We'll start the super chats today at $5. We're going to have a ton of people watching this. If the chat gets super active, we'll have to bump it up to 10. But we'll start, as always, with $5 as we break down. And we've already got a $20 super sticker coming in right away from Robert Smith. Thank you very much, Robert. I'm excited to break this all down with you. As always, we'll give everyone a couple minutes to roll in so that no one misses anything, to make sure that we get everyone in here. We get everyone ready to roll. I'm loving seeing all the American flags. We got Boston, Indiana, Missouri. We got Michigan, Ohio. We got all over the country. All over the country is watching tonight. All over the world is watching tonight. Well, at the 5-minute mark, we'll really start rolling into this. So get your questions lined up. Let's get that live chat more active than we've ever seen it before. I've got some videos that are ready to roll. Bombs are dropping at this very moment. That is right. Bombs are dropping at this very moment of the strikes across Iran, and Iran firing back as well. So we have missiles in the air. We have all hell breaking loose, and President Trump with a lot of comments saying, especially that we are going to, at this point, we might just go ahead and take it all out. We might not have any other choice than to take it all out. We got $5 from ALXL6546. God bless you and your family. Thank you very much. I should note, I'm wearing a special shirt for tonight. I've got my Dusty the Dog shirt on. Special occasion. We're in a major event right now. So we've got Dusty the Dog with his World War II style helmet. So we got George in the house. We got a lot of people rolling in here. A lot of people rolling in. We got a couple chats here. Thank you very much. $5, no message. Another $5 with no message. If you guys are trying to send messages through and something's wrong, let me know, but I think everything should be good. We got Snow Ghost for $5. And then we got Rhonda Markini for $10. Thank you very much. So yes, we did hit some power plants today. We will talk about that. And we're just going to get into everything we know. We've got statements from Trump. We got statements from CENTCOM. We've got footage of what is going on at this moment. We got a lot of strike footage to break down. So we're going to do all of that and more. So let's keep the American flags. So if you guys can get your messages through, just let me know. If there's a problem, hit me up on Instagram, David_Hookstead, XDHookstead. And my DMs are wide open. Give me a follow on both. If you have something, you can message me there as well. And we will break it all down. So Instagram, David_Hookstead, XDHookstead. Make sure you're following me on both. My DMs are wide open. We're just going to give it another moment here to make sure nobody misses anything. And we already, it appears, have, okay, we've got, this is developing in real time. This is developing in real time. I'm going to keep it on the screen. We're going to get it ready to go as we roll into this. So we'll give it about another 30 seconds and then we're going in. We got $10 from Steven. Started watching you when this war started. Thank you very much for all you do. I support everything to do, and I support our military. I want to let you know that Dusty is a very cute dog. God bless. Thank you very much. I'm sure Dusty will make an appearance at some point tonight, and he's 14 years old, but we got the shirt. We got Dusty the dog right there. So thank you very much. And then right here, C3 rip theory, super huge Trump support, but I'm tired of the back and forth and looking like an ass. Just get the uranium and call it a day. Well, I think that is what we are going to do. But first, and we're going to talk about Pickaxe Mountain, actually, the last secretive Iranian site. But first, we're at the 5-minute mark. Let's go ahead now and address the situation. The memorandum of understanding between the United States of America and the Iranians is officially over. These are no longer limited strikes against the Iranian regime. We have returned to a full war footing. We are knocking out targets, including power plants, across the country. We've hit at least 2 power plants, according to the open source information that is out there. Fighter jets, American fighter jets, have been swamping the skies of Iran, lighting up the coastline, lighting up targets deeper into Iran as well. With the blockade now back in effect, the United States Navy, it is in effect right now. It's been in effect for 3 hours. The United States Navy is getting ready to go in and storm and seize more Iranian tankers. So we are ready to roll. The bombs are falling. Iran is firing back. I repeat, Iran is firing back. So I'm going to start with this. This is a statement from U.S. Central Command. U.S. Central Command forces began launching an additional round of strikes against Iran to continue degrading Iranian capabilities used to attack commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. The strikes are taking place as American forces prepare to resume the naval blockade. The blockade goes into effect at 4 p.m. Eastern. This is a statement from Admiral Brad Cooper. Over the past 7 days, Iran has intentionally targeted civilians across the region by attacking 7 commercial ships, resulting in nearly a dozen civilian crew members killed, missing, or injured. Iranian forces have also launched dozens of missiles and drones toward neighboring Gulf countries. U.S. forces are holding Iran accountable for unwarranted aggression that continues to endanger innocent lives. Now, on the ship sinking, this is new footage that has just come out of a ship sinking in the Strait of Hormuz after being bombed by Iran. Let's go ahead and watch. So you can see it sinking. This is another ship that has been blown up by Iran, now sinking in the Strait of Hormuz, which brings me to this point of U.S. Central Command. The blockade is officially back on. That means no ships leaving Iranian ports and no ships attempting to get to Iran will be allowed to pass. They will be boarded, and if they refuse to comply, they will be blown up, specifically taking out their engine room, taking out their ability to move. It says U.S. forces resume the naval blockade against vessels transiting to and from Iranian ports and coastal areas today at 4 p.m. Eastern. There are currently more than 20 U.S. Navy warships and hundreds of military aircraft operating across the Middle East. American forces remain vigilant, lethal, and ready. So we are ready to go. Now, while this is going on, they have fired just in recent hours today. Kuwait is under major attack. Ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and UAV attack drones are swarming the skies of Kuwait as this is ongoing. They are lighting up Kuwait like a Christmas tree. And this is newly released footage of Iranian ballistic missiles in Tabriz falling. Let's watch. You can see the missiles going up. Those are Iranian missiles heading up at this hour. Towards targets across the Middle East. So you can see them right there as they continue to climb. So those are Iranian ballistic missiles in the sky, likely headed for Kuwait or Jordan. And on that note, this is footage. I played this earlier, but for those of you who just saw it, this was today of Bashir, Iran. So these are U.S. airstrikes knocking out footage in Bashir, Iran. So this is a critically important region of Iran that is being hit incredibly hard at this moment. All right, hang tight, hang tight. We have more missile launches coming in. This is footage that just came out. 2 videos today show the Iranian ballistic missile attack. They appear to show the IRGC Aerospace Force using the hypersonic ballistic missile, making them difficult to intercept. This is of Jordan. So this is newly released footage from yesterday. Those are Iranian ballistic missiles. And here come the interceptors, and it missed. So these are all direct hits. So the interceptors are up. I'll speed this up a little bit. You can hear the interceptor launch, so it missed right there. And then here they come. The interceptors are failing. You can hear the explosions. As they come in. And here comes another one. Another Iranian ballistic missile. Direct hit right there. So we are at this hour watching the situation unfold. And then I'm going to put this up on the screen for you. At this moment, an E-3B Boeing Sentry is airborne over Saudi Arabia. Those are the battlefield command planes, essentially. It's an American plane. It is sending the signals out to all of our fighter jets that are absolutely pounding targets at this moment as we continue the war against Iran. That plane being airborne means that there is no question whatsoever more strikes are coming. Okay, we might have more missile launches. All right, we have 2 ballistic missile launches in the air minutes ago. More Iranian ballistic missiles are in the air from Urmia, West Azerbaijan province of Iran. So the Iranians have launched, again, more missiles. So we have multiple missile launches in the last couple minutes. And now we are hearing there could be more coming. All right, we have more footage coming in. Hang tight. Hang tight. This is footage of more coming in. You can see explosions right there. This is believed to be over Bahrain. Unbelievable footage. And then here they go. We got interceptors and missiles going up. It looks like the interceptor there missed. One might have hit. Hold on. So this is some absolutely stunning footage we're watching in real time. And then right there appears to be a cluster munition in the air. All right, hold on. The nuke plant could be attacked. There could be an attack on one of the nuke plants. The Iranians are reporting the Bashir nuke power plant. Air defenses are roaring. I see we got a lot of super chats. I'm going to get to them. Keep them coming. Trust me, I'm not missing anything. So the nuke plant at Bashir, air defenses are roaring, likely meaning U.S. fighter jets are hitting that target right now as we look to lock and load. All right, we're going to get to some super chats now, and then we're going to get to the updates as they come in. We got $5. We should start destroying a power plant a week until they give up and then move to their oil islands. But we, the USA, always have to be weak, which is sad. Hold on. We did hit a power plant today. I'll see if I can find it. We did hit a power plant today, or I should say there were reports that we did hit the power plants. I need to figure out which one it was. Okay, here it is. I'm going to put this up on the screen for you. So we hit the power plants at Masen and Keshem, causing blackouts in Keshem City. So we have slowly started ramping up the strikes on the energy infrastructure, hitting the power plants at this time. So yeah, I agree. We got to go. We got to do whatever is necessary. We got David Murphy. David, does Iran have the ability to do battle damage assessment quickly like Americans can? No, because when we're doing battle damage assessments at this scale, we use a lot of satellite technology, a lot of Space Force technology. They do not have those capabilities. They have certainly some battle damage assessment capabilities. They're going to know if they hit stuff in Bahrain. They're going to know if they hit stuff in Kuwait. They're going to know if they hit stuff in Israel. That often could be guys on the ground too, spies on the ground, but they can't do it like we can. All right, David, I watch you now more than any other media. God bless. How long are we probably going to be at war with Iran until we make them find out? They're finding out right now. They're finding out tonight. They are finding out tonight that we're done playing games. We are done negotiating. It is now, we are now letting them have it. So I think they're in the find out stage. And then the question is, we're in the find out stage and we're going to see if they get back to the table to negotiate or if we push this all the way. All right, we got Derek Dunsmore for $50 with a super sticker. Thank you very much, Derek. Like I always say, guys, every dollar goes back into the show to help us give you guys the best product that we can. That is what we're all about here. So thank you very much for the massive super sticker. We got Bill Kennedy. What is your definition of finish the job besides Prince Reza? What opposition is there to the IRGC? Did Mossad pick new leader or fake news? Finishing the job is getting all the enriched uranium, blowing out their ability to ever enrich uranium again, obliterating the IRGC, and then giving the conditions to the people of Iran to rise up and rule their own country. If we can do all that, then that will be a victory. We don't need a full-on invasion, although it could be coming, but that to me would be finishing the job. I don't know about Mossad picking a new leader. That sounds like fake news. That doesn't sound very believable to me. If that was the case, why would we be bombing the hell out of them right now, right? All right. How difficult is Nicholas Long? How difficult is it for you to keep things under wrap that you hear from people you have interviewed in the past that are still in the loop? I would imagine it could be a fine line to navigate. Great question. $10. Great question. I don't report anything publicly. If it's ever going to put our boys in danger, our men and women in uniform, I don't ever report it. That's why I held off on reporting about the ocean trader, the ghost ship that is over there, because I waited until it was well known and then was willing to talk about it. I always try to get multiple sources on everything I do to make sure whatever I am going to report. And then I like to speak broadly. I don't like giving away details. I don't like doing any of that. I'm looking for the truth, looking for what's coming. And it is a very fine line. And the other thing is, if you burn a source, they're never going to trust you again. So I'm not going to burn a source because I don't want that trust to be lost. I want that source to continue to be a good source. So it's a fine line. What you guys see here is a lot of what I know, but certainly just due to the situation, I cannot share everything. And I think you guys would understand that. I'm going to do a poll right now. Will the USA finish the job? All right, we got Stephen Beck, warheads on foreheads. I completely agree. That is what we're doing right now. We're going to knock them out. We got DSPs or DSPs for a super sticker, a $10 super sticker. Thank you very much. We got David Webb gifted a membership. Guys, we now have over 7,000 people watching. We do have a membership. You can find it in the video description of the box. But don't worry, it's just to help the show. But if you can't do that, make sure you like the video and you are subscribed to the page. I cannot stress enough how important that is. We got JJ for Heisman, super sticker, $10. Thank you very much. C3 Rip Theory is back for $5. Been following you since this war started, but how the world do you not have merch? Absolutely need a shirt that says putting warheads on foreheads. You know what? That's a great idea. I'm going to have to make that shirt. And we don't even sell these Dusty shirts. I'll pull this off. But I had this custom made for me where it just says Dusty the dog. It's reverse, I think, in the camera. All right. Grandfather was in 82nd on D-Day. 2 great uncles died in World War II fighting for our country. Lifelong liberals, and would be ashamed to see the anti-U.S. left. Well, cheers to your grandfather, an American hero. An American hero, as well as your 2 uncles. I had multiple family members that died in World War II, and my Uncle Connie died in Korea, shot down after surviving World War II. We got Gen Excellence for $20. I love your videos and look forward to them daily. With that being said, how is it Iran is able to still get off so many even though we're bombing heavily? Most of Iran's ballistic missiles are far in the east, in the mountain regions in the east, kind of in those bunker regions. We really didn't punch that far into the east. We mostly bombed the west, central, Tehran, the Hormuz area. So they have those ballistic missiles. And you know what they spent the entire ceasefire doing? Digging out their missiles. They spent the entire ceasefire digging out their missiles so that they would have them for when it kicked off again. That's why the ceasefire was a gigantic mistake, because now we need to blow up everything they rebuilt just to get back to where they were when the ceasefire started and then push more forward. Iran has thousands and thousands of drones and missiles left. Thousands of them. Now, they had way more before the war started, but they still have thousands of them. They have at least probably 500 launchers, which is the more important part because you can't launch the missiles without the launch systems. But they are nowhere near being out of out of munitions. All right, we got T. Del Perdang. China plan preoccupy a percentage of U.S. ground forces in Iran. China and Russia do what? They would flood Iran with weapons. They would flood Iran with weapons to kill American service members. They would send them air defenses. They would send them. Well, speaking of China, hold on. We got a plane. A plane is inbound from China. Hold on. We have a plane inbound from China. With the bombs falling, a plane is arriving right now. You are watching this in real time. An Iranian plane carrying unknown cargo is dipping in and out of radar and is on its way, it appears, to Tehran. Or maybe not to Tehran. Let me back up. Yes, I think it is on its way to Tehran. An unknown aircraft is returning from China carrying unknown cargo, likely weapons. It is flying at an altitude of 32,000 feet. So we've seen this many, many different times, but the planes continue to flood in. This one coming from China. Are there any other planes up? That is the only plane right now, right here. This is the only plane in Iran that is airborne, and it is from China coming in. So great timing on that question, because I got to reposition my chair. It's gone. The plane is gone. The plane is gone. I repeat, the plane is gone. It is flipped off. It's radar tracking. It is making a run for it. For those of you just joining us, a plane appeared to be from China and disappeared from radar. And now we do not know where it is going. We do not know what it was bringing. But the plane from China, we are watching this in real time together, has disappeared from radar. In real time. Okay, we are watching it. It is gone. There are currently no flights in the air over Iran at this moment. So I'm going to pull this down while we get some more updates. We'll do some more super chats. What is your timeline for when the U.S. has to finish this before global catastrophe sets in? Do you think a ceasefire ping pong will become the norm? I think the ceasefire, we are willing to accept that ping pong for a little bit. We need to get this done within the next 3 to 4 months. And that's why we should just put our foot on the gas, hit them hard. If this drags into November, December, early 2027, we are going to be in a bad spot. We need to end this fast. We need to go hard. We need to crush them wherever we can find them. And we need to make sure that we finish the job. And if that means we need to bomb them for 4 months straight, B-2s, B-52s, the B-1s, F-22s, bringing out the whole arsenal, that's what we're going to have to do. So 4 months. We've got 4 months before this is going to really need to be taken care of. All right, we're getting a ton of super chats in, and I want to make sure we get to all of them. Will the USA finish the job? 73% of you voting yes, 27% voting no. We're gonna have to up for now. We're gonna have to up the super chats just because we're getting so many. So give me a second here. Just because I want everyone who paid. But if you already got it in at $5, don't worry. If you already got it in at $5, I promise I will get to it because those were the rules at the time. All right, hold on. I'm looking to see if this plane came back. So right now it appears that we have absolutely no aircraft in the skies of Iran. And I am looking at this moment to see what we got coming in. Hang tight with me. And again, if you're just joining us, make sure you like the video and make sure you're subscribed to the page. All right, we got Jimmy McGonnell for $5. These ones were in beforehand, so we're obviously going to read them and honor them. Thank you for keeping us up with the best information. God bless our troops, and God bless America. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. The only reason I'm able to do this with all you guys is because you're here with me. You guys are the best part of the show. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. Hang on tight. I'm getting some information in. Hang on tight. We're going to see here. All right. Iran equals it's real action now. IRGC, here's your new home from USA. David, thanks for real and raw content. Love and support from Denmark. Well, thank you very much. Again, I love how we have an international audience. We have an international audience watching with us tonight. We got George Matos for $5 super sticker. Got it in before the $10 limit, so we'll, of course, honor it. I'm new here. Me and my dad watches your channel. My dad, Charles, is a U.S. Marine training sergeant, Desert Storm retired. Keep up the good work in informing us. Cheers to your dad. We love the United States Marines. The United States Marines, that's as badass as it gets. If you're the enemy and you find yourself going up against the United States Marine, I got bad news for the bad guy. It ain't going to end well. It ain't going to end well for them. God bless the U.S. Marine Corps. Yes, I can now report. I'm going to put this back up on the screen. The skies of Iran are now completely empty. We have no word at this time of any planes in the air. Not one. So they have grounded all their flights, likely in anticipation of what is going on. Hold on. There might be... All right, the U.S. has dropped more bombs. The U.S. has dropped more bombs. Delahorn in Iran is getting pummeled at this hour. Multiple U.S. bombs are hitting on target, and there are signs right now. There are signs U.S. C-130Js are holding, it appears. They might be getting ready for an Iranian counterattack on Jordan. We have multiple C-130Js, which are the Ghost Rider, the special operations platform, are airborne, flying in circular patterns. It appears they could be getting ready. They're waiting for the Iranian retaliation to then strike. All right, hang with me here. The Iranians also releasing some new footage of their strikes, of them launching. Hang on, I'm working on something on the computer. All right, we're going to play this video, and then we are going to watch or do some more super chats. So this is the Salfagar ballistic missile as well as the Shahid 136. This is them in the third wave of attack. This is footage released today. It's going to get loud. I'm going to warn you. Get your super chats in, and we'll get to them after this video. Let's go ahead and smash the play button. So multiple missiles from the Iranians. So that is footage released by Iran of the third wave of their attack. All right, let's get to some more super chats. Great work. What is your opinion? This is from Charlie Trading for $20. Thank you for the $20. Great work. What is your opinion on control of the islands? In my opinion, I feel that Dolphin Island is crucial. I feel we should be occupying through the rest of Trump's presidency. What are your thoughts? Thank you. Well, actually, you know what? This might be a good time for me to pull up some Trump comments. I'm going to put these on the screen. Let me put this on. This comes from an interview he did with Trey Yinks. I can't play the video, I don't think. But Trump was asked about the islands and said, we hit Karg Island, which is their oil export area. We hit Karg Island, as you know, twice as far as taking it is concerned. If we degrade them far enough and deep enough back, I would do that. So President Trump is saying he does plan to take the islands, but we can't take the islands until we beat them back off the coastline far enough. I do think you will see the U.S. eventually go in with boots on the ground just in the island areas. Not, Keshem, Sisk. Obviously, they would go in on Karg. That would be a huge one. You were asking about the Dolphin Island, Iran. Let me see if I can pull up a map so you guys, if I can. Is that Karg? Is that slang for Karg, or am I messing something up here? They're gonna have to put boots in, and I think they will, and I think it's inevitable. I think it's coming, and yes, they're gonna control those island chains one way or another. We should only use, this is $10 from Kevin, big fan of the show. We should only use ground troops, Marines, Airborne, and SEALs to liberate the islands. Literally what we're just talking about. Karg, Keshem, Larak, and Hormuz. But arm the Kurdish, the Bolak, and the Artesh rebels on the mainland with air support. I think it's a good plan. I've advocated for similar plans, but we got to do one thing at a time here. We got to make sure we do one thing at a time and make sure that we're knocking dominoes down successfully, one at a time, to guarantee that we get the job done. But I think what you just described there is more or less the actual plan they have. I think that is more or less the plan they have and the plan they are going with. You need to supplement flight radar with ADS-B exchange. You can still see the Chinese plane on other trackers. So I will look into that for sure. Definitely. Thank you for the heads up. I appreciate it. I will continue to look and see where we can find it. All right. The Russians are waiting and planning to go back to Iran to work on the nuke program. This is firsthand information that comes from individuals directly involved in the matter. Well, remember, the Russians, and I will put this on the screen for you all. Let me get this on the screen for you. The Russians, have been flying their secret flights from the Russian Special Flight Squadron, which is their Black Ops wing of their government and military, have been flying these secret flights around the clock to Iran. Now, what do we think they're bringing them rice and beans? No, they're bringing them weapons. They're bringing them advisors. The Russians absolutely are going to go in and try to help them rebuild. There is no question about that at all. That's why we shouldn't let these Russian planes land. We should figure out a way to keep the Russians out, keep the Chinese out, keep everybody out of Iran until we take care of business. Hold on, I'm getting some information in on my phone. Hang tight. Hang tight. We're hanging. Hold on. All right, we can't share it yet. I'm looking for more confirmation. All right. Thanks for helping a mom keep her sanity with your videos. My firstborn is on a destroyer over there. God bless. Well, prayers to your firstborn. Prayers to everyone who is over this. This is from Heidi Robertson for $20. Thank you very much. Prayers to everyone who is over there. We're thinking of you all. You're all in our thoughts. Let's see some prayers in the live chat. Let's see some American flags for all the heroes that are over there. If he's on a destroyer, he or her, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. The destroyers have incredible and incredibly sophisticated defense capabilities. One of the safest places to be is on either the carrier or one of those warships. So we're praying for him, and I have no doubt that your firstborn is going to pull through and execute their job to the absolute best of their ability, because that's what the U.S. military does. All right, what do we got? We got the Mad Mudmen. Why don't we take the oil and anything else that funds the war machine? What's the next step in escalation for the U.S.? Thanks for your content, David. Stay safe, my friend. So I'll put this up on the screen for you. Trump also laid this out in his interview with Fox News, saying ultimately we'll hit energy targets in Iran next week come the bridges. We're going to knock out all of their power plants. We'll knock out all of their bridges unless they get to the table and negotiate. So I know Trump has said that before and then failed to follow through on it, didn't follow through when the ceasefire started. But like I said, we did knock out 2 power locations earlier today, including one on Keshem Island. So there is no question at all that we are stepping up our attacks. We are stepping up our ability to do what must be done in order to make sure that we win this war and that we come out ahead and we crush the threat that the Iranian regime poses. And speaking of that, we also did get some new footage. This was yesterday's strikes. So I'm going to put this up on the screen for you. Again, it's going to be loud. These are the strikes from yesterday of CENTCOM lighting up targets with the fighter jets. Let's watch. And then here they come. Here come the bombs. Here they come. Lighten them up. So to answer your question, I didn't realize I'd taken your question off the screen. I apologize. This is what the next stage of escalation looks like. And furthermore, President Trump also addressing this in his Fox News interview on Pickaxe Mountain. Now, where is Pickaxe Mountain? I will get a map. I'm going to get a map up for you so that you guys can see it. But first, Trump saying that we're looking at Pickaxe Mountain because someone said there's a lot of activity. You know, we have cameras, Space Force, we have cameras that can read the badge. They can read your name, probably Muhammad. They can read the name on a badge from space. So we are watching Pickaxe Mountain. Hold on. Can you guys still see and hear me? I just want to make sure you guys can still see and hear me. I'm going to pull up. So Pickaxe Mountain, I need to find the exact coordinates of it. Hang tight. All right, I got it now. So can you guys see that on your screen? This is Pickaxe Mountain. It is a secret Iranian nuke enrichment facility that it denies even having. It is deep, 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 deep underground. And it is heavily, heavily fortified. You scroll out, you can see it is literally buried there under a mountain. It is under a mountain. And this is the one site, this and the site at Esfahan is in the facility goes deep under these mountains. They got to take this out, and they will take this out. But this is what Pickaxe Mountain is. Trump has said repeatedly, we are going to come take Pickaxe Mountain. How we do that remains to be seen at this hour. All right. Wow. $50 from Don Hauser. Super sticker. Thank you very much. Greg Miller for $10. Thank you very much for the $50 super sticker. That goes a long way. Greg Miller, bunker busters will not penetrate their underground factories. Let's obliterate Pickaxe Mountain. Saudi paid Iran millions not to bomb them, and Saudi had an Iranian plane in its airport runway. Was the plane in Saudi? I think the Iranian plane might have been in Yemen, and they did try to bomb it, but I could be wrong on that. So yeah, we were just talking about Pickaxe Mountain. So they would have to use every GBU 57 we have in our inventory to probably break through Pickaxe Mountain. I mean, it is literally underground. It is under a mountain. It is literally under a mountain. And we would need to go, our bunker busters, what they would do is they would drop them one on top of another. So one would make a hole. The next one would come down the same hole, keep blowing it lower and lower and lower. That's what they did at Fordo. They dropped 6 GBU 57 Moabs down. Is it the Moab that is the GBU 57, or am I thinking that's the GBU 43? Sorry. So the GBU 57, what's that one's nickname? That's the biggest one we got. Oh, that's a MOP, massive ordnance penetrator. So when they hit them at Fordo, they went one after another. There were 2 shafts. They dropped 6 down each, every one going deeper and making the explosion worse. So they're going to light that. They're going to have to light that thing up. The other option is they could use a nuke, but I don't think they're going to do that. All right. My uncle was a B-17 pilot in World War II. I know he's up there looking down and cheering on what the U.S. military is doing right now. Cheers to your uncle. We always cheers the veterans and the war heroes on the show. All right, let's get another poll lined up. All right, will Trump blow up Pickaxe Mountain? Half-assed Homestead for $10 says 10 bunker busters dropped in succession can hollow out a mountain. So yeah, that's what I think they would have to do. Like I just said, one after another in the same spot, or you'd pick a couple different spots and you would just load them in one after another in order to knock that mountain out, knock out the centrifuges, or cave it into the degree they can't use it again. And I know Trump said they might blow up the entrance of it so no one can get in. But if they only blow up the entrance, then unfortunately, they're probably going to be able to dig their way out. I'm pretty sure the ceasefire was to have the IRGC dig out weapons and see where everything was. Well, that could be, but unfortunately, they got those weapons operational again and are now launching them all over the Middle East at U.S. targets. So, I mean, it's a mess. The ceasefire never should have happened. All right, we do have reports coming in that Jordan is now taking fire. We have reports coming in that Jordan is taking fire from Iran at this hour. So Jordan is under attack. That is likely what those planes there were hovering for. Those C-130 Ghost Riders. So Jordan is under attack, it appears. I am going to talk about this briefly. Oh no, they took it down. Maybe I won't be talking about it. I did want to talk about the ocean trader being in the region, but it appears that the evidence of its existence might not be up anymore. So Jordan is under attack at this hour. All right, I need to confirm this real quick. Make sure we've got it accurate. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we're going to give it a minute. I don't know if we should be talking about this. If the government took stuff down, then probably not. So yeah, the ceasefire to me was a terrible idea. So 87% of you voting that Trump will blow up Pickaxe Mountain. You guys want to see Dusty already? Well, we're going to do another poll. The ceasefire. Was the ceasefire a mistake? That is the new poll question. All right. We're looking for updates as they're coming in. We are holding tight, looking for any and all updates as they are coming in. So we know Jordan is under attack. Bahrain is under attack. And we are holding tight to see. Oh, Dusty has arrived. Oh. Dusty. Oh. Hey, you want a treat? Should we give him a treat, everyone? Oh, he really wants his treat. There you go. See, we got Dusty on the shirt. We got Dusty on the mic. Say hello to everyone, Dusty. Say hello. Do you guys see his American flag? He's got his American flag sash on, supporting the boys. Oh, he kicked the mic. Dusty, you can't kick the mic. He's being a little diva right now, but that's okay. All right, you want to go back out there? There you go. I can't believe he kicked the mic. I guess he decided he'd run out of things to say. All right. We got Juwai American Wagyu for $20. Thank you very much. I don't know if there was supposed to be a message attached to that or not. We got a lot of new people coming in and watching. Again, make sure you like the video. Like the video. And make sure you're subscribed to the page. It goes a long, long way in helping us get the message out there and make sure that the truth is told to the world. Half-assed Homestead back. You can't make deals with people who won't tell the truth. Hi, Dusty Dave. I'm still willing to mod for you. I can send you my email for further discussion. Yeah, reach out to me on social media. We might have to take you up on that offer. Are there people causing problems right now in the chat? I was trying to look. I didn't see anything that bad, but yeah, Dusty's got his American flag sash on. So we are looking right now. All right, let's see what we got in the poll. 80% of you voting that the ceasefire was indeed a mistake. All right, we've got footage of the attack in Bahrain. Hold on, we got footage coming in. Hold tight, everyone. Hold tight. These are cluster munitions. Iranian cluster munitions are in the air over Bahrain. These are cluster munitions coming down. Unclear the extent of the damage at this time. But these appear to be cluster munitions falling. Right there, you can see them. It's either that or a Patriot battery malfunction. I don't know which one it is. So that is footage out of Bahrain following strikes on the area. So we will pull that down now. And there was one video. Let me see if I can find it. I want to show it to you. It was from earlier today. You might have seen it, but I'm going to assume you didn't, but I got to find it first because it's insane footage. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, it was from late yesterday. So if you want to know how terrifying the sounds of U.S. fighter jets are, listen to the sound of this video. Just listen to the sound of it. Absolutely stunning footage. The noise of those bombs. A lot of you guys are saying you think it was a malfunction of the missile or the air defense system. You could be right. I might have gotten that one wrong. If I got it wrong, I apologize. It was marked as cluster munitions. Hey, listen, I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to get things wrong. But the difference between me and everyone you see on TV or all these cowards in mainstream media, they never correct themselves if they mess something up. They never correct it, ever. They're all liars and scumbags. And I am willing to admit when I'm wrong. So if I ever get something wrong, it's always not on purpose. It's an accident. But I am more than willing to correct the record when the record needs to be corrected, because that is what good people who do this job do. All right, we got William Corns. The Russian flights were to evacuate the Russian scientists. Yes, well, they're dual purpose flights. They're flying in with plenty of supplies, offloading the supplies, and then picking up their scientists and evacuating them out of the country, because we are going to hit them. We're going to hit them at Bashur or anywhere else we decide we want to hit them. And that means that we need to be ready to rock and roll at a moment's notice, and whenever it kicks off again. So we do have confirmation now that there have been more U.S. strikes. I'm looking to see if there's any more footage. Okay, so we are hearing of more strikes at Bandar Abbas. That is right. There are more strikes at Bandar Abbas. According to the Iranians, they are reporting themselves that they are getting hit hard at Bandar Abbas, which of course is a critical port area that we have been hammering since the war started. And we will continue to hammer until the war ends. So more strikes underway. We will see how the Iranians retaliate. Kennedy McGovern for $10. The president knew the negotiations would go nowhere, but look how world opinion is shifting in our favor since he played ceasefire on the chessboard. He is smarter than we are. Trust him. Well, I don't know if this is a 4D chess move. I think Trump honestly wanted to see if a deal could get done. I think he was worried about the markets a little bit, worried about oil prices, wanted to see if we could get a deal done, quickly realized you cannot negotiate with these people. And then after giving it a short try and realizing these people are insane, then he made the correct call and said, screw them. We're going back to bombing. And now we're going to bomb them, and we're going to send a message, and we are going to make it clear to the world how this plays out. And that's my best assessment of what has happened here. All right, we are looking for more updates as they are rolling in. We got some more super chats. The Democratic Socialists of America would probably be so happy to live in Iran once it is liberated. Their agenda would suit them well. Additionally, the IRGC is their greatest ally. Well, you guys know what I say. If you hate America and you think we're such a terrible country, then leave. And don't let the door hit you on the way out. This is America. We believe in freedom. We believe in capitalism. We believe in being productive members of society, leaving the world a better place than you found it. That's what we believe in here in America. And if you hate this country and you want to change this country and you believe in communism, then leave. Go to North Korea. Go to Cuba. If you hate the country, get out. You can either be a patriot or you can be a communist, but you cannot be both. That is the way America works. So I agree with you 100%. I think those people are all 100% clowns. All right, we are... all right, it appears the U.S. might have taken a direct hit during the last 24 hours with damage at a warehouse housing military vehicles and equipment. You can see a hole punched through it, likely from a drone, given the size of the hole is not that big. I would guess that would be a drone strike. That is a guess on my part, because a ballistic missile likely would have done significant more damage. We are looking to see what the latest updates are as they're coming in. Hold on. Hold on. We are looking to see what is happening. I'm going to check the radar. See what updates we have rolling in. All right. Right now, over the skies of Tehran, it does appear that we do not see any flights being up in the air. We do have multiple flights in Iraq. Let's check the border area. These refuelers? No. Let's see what we got. We're just checking to see what air assets are up at this time. Who is this? Hang on one second. Very interesting. So we do not have total confirmation of strike damage at this time, but we are looking for the updates as they are rolling in. And did you guys see President Trump? I'll actually put this up on the screen, talking about the Cuba, Hang on tight. Hang tight. Hold tight, everyone. I'm going to pull up a video of Trump talking about the threats that Cuba might have Iranian drones. I am going to put this up on the screen for you all. All right, here we go. There are some very troubling reports that Iran might have stationed hundreds of Shahed attack drones in Cuba to strike the United States of America. And President Trump was asked about that. And here's what he had to say.
Mr. President, thank you. Cameron Arkin with Town Hall. I was curious about our reports about Iranian drones in Cuba. There are concerns about that. Where does the relationship with the U.S. stand there? Is military intervention still on the table there?
Well, if they do have that, and they might very well have that, we'll take care of it. Marco's just in the other room. And if they do have that, we'll take care of it in short order. We're not going to have a problem. We're not going to allow that to happen. So it could be that they're storing some. We're looking into it now. It could be so, and it maybe isn't. But we'll figure it out fast.
And what are you expected to speak about on Thursday evening?
I'm going to speak on Thursday. We were thinking one of the nights, but this has been such a busy news day today with all that's happening. A lot of very positive things have happened, including the Indy. We're going to have an Indy race, as you know, in 41 days. And that's going to be incredible. Around the Capitol, around down Pennsylvania Avenue, it's going to be something. They have 250,000 tickets ordered. It'll be like UFC, which set every record in the book.
So that is President Trump addressing the worries and concerns that Cuba could have Iranian attack drones. Okay, hold on. Everyone hang tight. More missiles are inbound. This was released 3 minutes ago. The Bahrainians have announced the sirens are sounding. Missiles are on the way. Missiles are on the way to Iran, to Bahrain, at this hour. So the Bahrainians have announced more missiles are on the way. They are telling people to seek cover. They are telling people to seek cover as fast as they can with more missiles on the way. So it appears the Iranian retaliation is underway. Unbelievable. Their rumor, the rumors about Cuba having 3,500 Iranian drones. I thought it was 300. Maybe it is 3,500. But we also have a carrier group in the air. Yes, we do have a half-ass homestead back for another $10. Yes, we do have another. Keep your chats coming, guys. We do have a carrier group in the region. Plus, it's only 90 miles off the coast of the U.S. We could stack air assets up, ready to roll. We would obliterate. If one drone is launched from Cuba at the U.S. or at our position at Guantanamo Bay or at any of our ships in the area, if one drone is launched, they will launch B-52s and every other plane they can get in the air, and they will bomb every known military and government target inside Cuba. Cuba would be signing its own death sentence if it allowed Iran to launch attacks on the United States of America from its territory. They would get absolutely obliterated if they were foolish enough to do that. So I don't know if that would happen or not. I would be skeptical that they would be that dumb, but you don't know. But now we are hearing reports. More missiles are in the air. The sirens are going off in Bahrain. So the sirens are going off in Bahrain. We are now awaiting to see what happens. This is live news. So we have Jordan under attack. We have Bahrain under attack at this hour. And I know we got a lot of people joining us. So I did play this right at the start of the show. Now we're an hour in. I'll play it again. Keep your chats flowing in. This is footage of the Iranian launch, probably at Jordan earlier, about an hour ago. So those are the missiles going up. Right there. So very, very, very tense situation. President Trump tried diplomacy. The IRGC only understands overwhelming force and speed of violence. Time to end the BS once and for all. Thanks, David. You are crushing the coverage. 7th Army Vet is your YouTube username. I'm going to guess that you're a veteran, given your username. Yeah, these people cannot be negotiated with. They just have to be defeated. They cannot, and I cannot stress this enough, they cannot, under any situation, be negotiated with. We need to beat them, and we need to beat them in a big way. And that is what we are now doing. And the bombs are falling. We are waiting at this hour to see what is coming in next. All right, so this is allegedly footage of a drone strike in Kuwait from the attacks that are ongoing. I'll pull this off the screen. We'll go full screen. It says, under heavy IRGC aerospace forces, Shahed 136 attack drone struck what to be an industrial facility. Let's watch. So this is alleged footage. I have not independently verified it, but it does come from a source that is often very good at this stuff. Hang tight. So that is more footage rolling in. And then right here, Jayu American Wagyu gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much for the 5 memberships. Like I said, every dollar goes back in to help the show improve. We'll do a poll right now. Are you enjoying more lives? So I always want to get a read of what the audience thinks. All right, we are looking to see what is coming in. Got a little bit of a lapse, but we now know that Bahrain, the missiles are on their way. When will they hit? When will they hit? That is the question we are all now waiting for. You know what's very interesting to me? And I'd be curious to see what you guys think. Let me know in the live chat. Where is Israel? Why is Israel not conducted any of, why are they not with us in these attacks? Right now, they're not getting bombed. Iran has not bombed Israel in weeks and weeks and weeks. But it'd be nice, seeing as how we're in this war with them from the start, if they could send some of their fighter jets and help us open up the Strait of Hormuz. Hold on, I might have something coming in on my phone. And help us open the Strait of Hormuz. I'm very curious why Israel is sitting this out. Why is Israel not... Why they're not there with us? You would have thought they would have been, but that's been a little bit odd to me. The UAE has even conducted airstrikes since this started, but where is Israel? Where are the Israelis? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. So, okay, we now have more reports coming in. There are reports that Sarik and other areas of southern Iran have been hit. So Sarik and southern areas of Iran have been hit as we continue to hold and wait at this hour to see what is going on. So bombs continuing to fall. All right, we got another super chat. Cat Not 3041, $20. Thank you very much. New protest in Kermanshah and other places. Our wallets are empty. We'd rather die than live without dignity is the common chant. Taking out the railway supply routes from China and Russia along with the blockade are critical. Well, they blew up that massive rail line that they used to import all the goods from China. All the weapons and supplies, food, things of that nature. They had that rail line going into China. We took that out. We said, you're not going to have a rail line. You're not doing it. We are taking that out. And that is exactly what we did and what we need to continue to do to guarantee success as this war continues to unfold. So we are watching it very, very closely at this time. But yes, we got to go after the railway lines. We got to go after any of the bridges the military uses to move around. Only purely civilian targets should be off limits. If it's dual use, if it helps the military, that's a military target. And that means it is fair game to be knocked out and wiped out. And that is exactly what we should do to win the war as fast as we can. And hold on. We have more news coming in. The Iranians are now claiming, again, this is the Iranians claiming it. Take that for what it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt. It says the U.S. Navy launched cruise missiles at Iranian water infrastructure, taking out a mineral water production facility near the village of the Muzian district of Delorian County, Ilan province. The Delorian governor announced. So the Iranians have announced that we have hit them with 3 cruise missiles on a water processing plant. Again, coming from the Iranians. So, I don't really trust anything the Iranians say, but the Iranians are claiming that we did hit a water processing plant, which would obviously be big. All right, I'm going to zoom out here. It appears the skies of Iran at this time, we have one plane going to an unknown location. So we now have an unknown plane We have an unknown plane that has appeared on radar near the Tehran airport. We do not know who is on the plane, and it has no filed flight plan for where it is going. Right now, it is on the tarmac. Could be possible evacuations. We do not know at this moment. So what we are looking at here on the screen is an unknown Iranian plane that has surfaced on radar with no filed flight plan, no known destination, unclear. It's gone. And just like that, it is gone. We do not know where this plane went. Absolutely fascinating. Okay, we did get a couple super chats under the $10 threshold, but I think they were joining late, missed the announcement. This is the only exception I'm going to make for under $10 right now, mostly because a guy wants me to give his wife a shout out. So from here on out, it's $10 and up. Love the channel. Got my wife watching now. Give me a shout out. She'll laugh. Shout out to Chad Thatcher. Pretty sure I got your last name there correct. So shout out to you. If you hadn't said something about your wife, I'm going to assume you showed up late and you didn't know about the $10 minimum. But shout out to Chad. I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure your wife's awesome. So there you go. Thank you for watching the show. It means the world to me. Thank you very much for spending your Tuesday night with me. We got Wendell Herndon for $20. If this is a start to finish once and for all, we need to get weapons to the people to have a chance to rise up and kill IRGC soldiers as well as to defend themselves. Yes, we do need to get them weapons. We need weapons in the hands of anyone who knows how to use one, who can help us overthrow and obliterate and destroy the IRGC. That is the goal. That is what we are looking to accomplish. That is what we need to accomplish. We tried to send them through the Kurds, and according to Trump and some other people, the Kurds just kept the weapons. So we got to get weapons to them. We got to tell them, here's an AK-47, here's an M4. Go out there and, stir some shit up. Go after the IRGC should have to sleep every night with one eye open. They should be terrified of what's lurking around the corner at all times, because they are a terrible terrorist organization that quite frankly is their time is come and gone. Slugworth 8111, thanks for the stream tonight, David. We've had in the last 7 days, we've done 4 live streams. Last Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and again tonight. So we've done 4 live streams in the span of a week. And I might just keep doing more of them. If there's stuff to talk about and we got to do some emergency streams, then that is what we are going to do. And that is, we got to get the news to the people. So thank you again. Okay, we've got more strike footage coming in. Hang tight. Hang tight. It appears, hold on. Now we got an audio mishap. It appears it's possible that they were attacking the U.S. Embassy in Kuwait City. Our embassy might be under attack. It's a little hard to see, but it appears there's drones in the air. Let's watch. So we have drones in the sky. So these are, here they come. Here comes the CRAM fire. Hold on, watch that. This is coming directly from the U.S. Embassy. That's where that CRAM fire is coming from. Oh, there might be an impact. Unbelievable footage. Unbelievable footage. All right. Half-ass Homestead. Trump told Israel to stand down. They are ready to roll, but since they have nothing getting hit, they can't claim self-defense. NATO is watching. No, I know. I understand that. But it's like, come on. We got into this war together. You're gonna take some hits. We're taking hits all over the Middle East. We've had, 14 American heroes killed in action. If you want the Iranian regime gone, you need some skin in the game. You got to have skin in the game. I believe they should be there with us. Of course, our military planners know more than I do. They benefit the most, obviously, in the immediate vicinity from the Iranian regime going down. They got F-35s. They got F-15s. They've got the tools and capabilities to put warheads on foreheads. I'd like to see them out there. Our pilots are putting themselves at risk. The Israelis should be doing the same thing. Eddie the goalie, $70. I assume there was supposed to be a message. I don't know if these messages aren't going through or what you guys are doing, or if you're saying something, YouTube censoring them. I don't know, but I apologize. But maybe there wasn't. Maybe it's just $70. Thank you very much. Greg Gainer for $10. Why not just go all in, full force, and finish this within a week? Well, it would take more than a week. It would take a couple months, and that's a good question. We should just do that. We should just accept the situation we're in. We should accept that it's going to get ugly. We should accept that it's not going to be pretty, and people are going to get killed and hurt, but we got to go in. We got to go in, and we got to go in hard and hit them as hard as we can and knock them out. That's my opinion on the situation anyways. All right, we got Lyle Peterson for $20. Everyone is saying that the Iranians are good people. I just don't see it. They are not lifting a finger to help themselves, only telling death to the U.S. Well, you got to remember, Lyle, it's a country of 93 million people. All the people you see on TV chanting death to America, they're the regime hardliners. By the U.S. estimates, 50,000 innocent Iranians were slaughtered by their government in December and January, taking to the streets to protest. They took to the streets and they got mowed down. And as Trump says, they don't have any guns. So they now know that their government will massacre them all. And if they don't have any guns, Trump's actually been really good on this. If they don't have any guns, what are they going to do? They're just going to be a bullet sponge and eat up bullets from the regime. Yeah, there are hardliners. Those are the people you see in the propaganda videos and such. But you got to remember, Iran is a very well-educated country. It was a very well-functioning country prior to the revolution. Doctors, engineers, mathematicians, a very proud Persian culture. And then these insane theocratic jihadis ruined it for them. So I would disagree with you there. Yeah, there's obviously hardliners. But overall, I think the Iranian people, the majority hate the regime. Israel has instructed the U.S. to limit or relocate many of its aerial refueling tankers, primarily KC-135s currently parked at Ben Gurion Airport, or Israel's main civilian international hub, cap at 20. I saw that. Another example of something I don't understand. I don't understand that. Like, we went into this with Israel. Israel should be doing everything they can do. Israel should be doing everything they can do to make our lives easier. And maybe there's a secret plan being worked out, but telling us to move our planes, not sending your fighter jets, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way, if I'm being honest with you. But maybe there's a plan that I don't know about. But so far, it looks like they're sitting on the sidelines and letting the United States do all the work post ceasefire. All right, what do we got next? Greetings from Bellevue, Nebraska, home of Strategic Air Command. We all know in our hearts this will never end in agreement. Only one can be the victor here. I agree with you. And the victor is going to be the United States of America because we don't have any other choice. We cannot leave the IRGC in control. Leaving the IRGC in control is about the worst outcome the worst outcome that we possibly could have. All right. What is it? It is Kuwaiti air defenses are firing. Kuwaiti air defenses are firing. The Ministry of Defense of Kuwait has announced that air defenses are currently responding to incoming hostile drone threats. So air defenses in Kuwait are active. Unbelievable. So they are engaging the threats in real time. Again, for everyone just joining us right now, please make sure to like and subscribe. We've got 9,000 people watching, but we only got 4,800 likes. I know we can do better than that. So get your likes in and make sure you're subscribed. All right, so we now know that they are firing in Kuwait. We got Salty Silver Fox, USN. I assume that means United States Navy. Hey, former Fox brother. My shipmates are going to overnight some Tommy Hawks to rock the Kasbah. Yes, there are secret plans. Well, I know there's always a lot of plans. Did you work at Fox? I like the message. Salty Silver Fox, United States Navy. Let me look up something real quick. I'm just looking something up quick. I'm curious if we've ever crossed paths. I don't know that we have or haven't. But I hope they do. I hope they let them have it. I hope the missiles are in the air. And I hope everyone is ready to rock and roll when the time comes. And that we leave no doubt. So right now, we have air defenses are roaring in Kuwait at this moment. So they are hitting them hard. And the Kuwaiti air defenses are roaring to shoot down as many of these incoming drones as they can. And by the way, again, Instagram, David_Hookstead, XD Hookstead. That's where you guys got to be following me. You get to see a lot of cool stuff over there. So we are waiting for more updates. Let me check the radar. So if we go to the flight radar, the skies of Iran are now clear. They are now completely clear. Let's see what we got over the Strait of Hormuz. There are planes over the Gulf of Oman. The Strait of Hormuz largely empty, and all of Iranian airspace is closed. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll bring the super chats down maybe in a minute here. Do we got someone causing problems in the chat? Who's causing problems in the chat? If I got to snipe them out of here, you guys know I can. Just let me know who it is. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? I'm looking to see if we got someone causing. Are we talking about Peter Moore? Do I got to nuke Peter Moore? Is Peter Moore the one causing problems? If that's who it is, let me know. And they're gone. Let me know, and they will be gone before they even know what hit them. He's gone. And just like that, see you later, Peter. Don't be coming in here with that nonsense. We got Eddie the goalie back for $27.99 Canadian. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, let's check some more updates as they're coming in. So a Kuwaiti ship was hit, by the way. I forgot to mention this earlier. A Kuwaiti military ship was struck by Iranian missiles. That was earlier today, resulting in 4 serious injuries. So a Kuwaiti Navy vessel has been taken out. A Navy vessel of Kuwait has been taken out. We are getting it is getting very spicy at this hour. Very, very, very spicy. We are looking at this time. Hang tight, everyone. We are waiting to see. We are looking. We are holding tight as all of this continues to unfold. We got George Matos, $10. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. All right, let's see what we got in the latest updates. So a Kuwaiti ship has been hit. Air defenses are roaring at this hour. We're looking to see what the latest updates are rolling in. Hang tight, everyone. It appears I'm going to go here. Okay, hang tight. We got another plane coming in from China. Racing into Iran. All right. Here we go. Coming from Shanghai. It is Mahan Air, which of course is the government-controlled airline. We do not know what it is carrying, who it is carrying, but it is southbound towards Tehran. It is southbound towards Tehran. Hang tight. I might have information coming in on my phone. Here we go. We have an unknown Chinese aircraft. Should our fighter jets take it down? Oh, sorry, unknown Iranian aircraft coming in from China. I'm going to do a poll right now. Should our fighter jets take this plane out? We'll get to some super chats now. $10 from Can Man. I was going to ask earlier about Israel. I had no idea that Trump told them to stand down. What was his reason for this? Why are you doing it all? Thanks again, David. Love your lives. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Can Man. Yeah, maybe there is a secret plan. I don't know. It just grinds my gears a little bit that they're not there side by side with us. If our fighter jets are going to be swarming over the skies of Iran, then their fighter jets better be right next to ours in every bit of the fight that we're in, because they are the biggest beneficiary of the war, so they need to hold up everything they got as well. All right. So we are watching this plane. We're going to knock out some super chats here while we do. Next one up. We got Eddie the goalie back for another $27.99. Thank you very much, Eddie. If you have social media and there's something you're trying to say that's not getting through, DM me on Instagram. Again, bottom of the screen. We got David Webb. What are your thoughts on Trump charging for protection in the Strait of Hormuz? Shuf, if so, how much or no? Thanks for the amazing report. Well, he said he was going to do that, but then he ultimately decided he was not going to do that, mostly because it's an international waterway and you're not allowed to do that. I'm not for that. Like, we don't want anyone. Number one, we have threatened to go to war with China over the exact same thing. So he actually discussed that today. I will show you the video. Let me put this on the screen. This is President Trump addressing that today, why he backed off that plan. Let's watch. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. I did not realize the audio. I am so unbelievably sorry. That is my bad. There was an audio glitch. So I'm going to put it back up. I can't believe I did that. I will speed it up a shade.
Thank you, President Trump. I have two questions. I was wondering if you could explain your changing thinking on the Strait of Hormuz, applying a 20% fee. How did you get to the decision you just announced?
Yeah, so when I put that out yesterday, because we've been doing that for many, many years, it was never fair to me that we would be guarding the Strait when we basically don't take anything, we don't need the oil at all. And it wasn't important for us, but it was important for allies. It was important for people that we get along with very well, including the major Gulf state countries. So I put it out yesterday. I thought it was good. I was called by different people, different countries, kings and emirs and all of the people that we all know and we all love. And they've been very strong partners. And they said, we'd love to do it a different way. We'd love to invest in the United States with billions and billions of dollars and continue our record setting, because there's never been a time like this with the United States, with the factories, with the plants, with everything else. And we would like to invest tremendously in the United States as opposed to charging a fee. And I like that, actually, because I don't think anybody should be able to charge a fee for the Strait or for any other Strait relationship in terms of other sections of the world. I don't think anybody should be really in that position. But we were doing it as a reimbursement. The Gulf states are going to invest a tremendous amount of money into the United States, and that was very satisfactory to me.
So there's President Trump to answer your super chat, why he decided to back off the 20%. The fact of the matter is it's an international global shipping way. That is why we're not doing it, because it is supposed to be meant for the world. And thus you can't be charging for use. That's the Iranians tried to do that, and we're blowing them up. So Trump made the right call to back off that. All right, we have this mysterious plane is about to be over land in Iran. This mysterious plane is closing in on land. It looks southbound towards Tehran. Here it comes. Again, we do not know who is on this plane. We do not know what is on this plane. We got another Aaron Waltman, $20 super sticker. Thank you very much, Aaron. Huge $20. Thank you very much. We've got Half-Ass Homestead back again with $10. Netanyahu got pissed off by Trump dressing them down during the peace talks. Dave, well, that is 100% true. He got really pissed off when Trump told him to get the F out of Lebanon during the early days of negotiations, the memorandum of understanding. Now it seems like with the war back on, it is what it is. So yeah, Netanyahu did get very angry with Trump. They had a couple tense conversations, but now we've moved on to the next phase. Dave, I sent you a twit, LOL, no audio for the Trump clip. Yeah, I know. I messed that up. That's my bad. You got, when you make a mistake, you got to go hand up. And that's what I did. I apologize. I will try not to do it again. All right. So in the poll right now, 83% of you want to see this plane taken out. It should be over Iranian land and out of international airspace in any moment. So here it comes. What do we think is on this plane? Let me know in the chats below. Eddie the goalie back with $27.99. Hello, David. No censorship here. Just supporting you and your channel. I appreciate your reporting and the information you provide. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much, Eddie. I love to hear that. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything wrong, because I saw a bunch of the chats come through and I don't want anything to go wrong. So I appreciate the support. Like I said, I only get to do this because of you guys. You guys are the reason I get to have the coolest job on the internet, and all the money goes right back into the show and helps. We might do a set redesign. I'm thinking about doing a thing where if someone has something really cool, we might do a program where you can mail me a object or a piece of memorabilia. We'll pull something off the shelf. We'll put it up there. I was thinking about putting a pistol up there too, but I've been told YouTube might not like that very much. So I'm not committed to the pistol idea yet. But if you have a cool idea for a background, maybe I'll get some night vision goggles and we'll put night vision back there, or maybe I'll just wear the night vision goggles. But Eddie, thank you very much. I have to pay. If you guys saw how much I have to pay for my streaming software, other programs, it is a lot. So that's why the super chats are so critically important. So thank you very much. Okay, next up, we've got a lot of these Chinese planes are evacuating civilians. Only some are carrying weapons. So might be a good idea to not just shoot them, but investigate first. I agree. I think you're on target there. No pun intended when we're talking about shooting stuff. The other thing is, if they are dropping off weapons, someone brought this up on Sunday on the live stream, we could actually let them offload the weapons, spy on them with our satellites and drones, find out where their secret weapon storage sites are, and then blow them up once we identify all their secret storage sites. So very, very, very smart thinking. John Byrne, $10 super sticker. Thank you very much. All right, it's about to be over land. Here it comes. It is flying at an altitude of 29,000 feet at 470 knots. I'm guessing it is bound for Tehran, but we do not know that yet. Hang tight. I'm just checking updates on my phone, make sure we don't miss anything. Make sure we don't miss anything. It will be over land soon. 82% are voting to have it taken out, although I think there's really good reasons why we might not want to do that as well. All right, we're holding tight here. Seeing what is coming in. We are looking to see. Here it comes. It is going to first pass the Nashar airport. It could be putting down here, but we do not know. But it is getting very close to land. And here it is. Is this where it's going? Is this where it's going? Let's see. It's too high, I think, to be going there. I think this is delivering something to Tehran. So hang tight with me here. Hang tight with me. No, I think it's going to pass it. Keep your chats coming. We'll get to them after we see where this plane is going. All right, it is passed, so it is not going there. It is continuing on. Likely bound for Tehran. The mysterious plane on its return from China. And again, we do not know where this plane is going, or it has no filed flight destination. Oh, it does now. It is bound for Tehran. So that solves that mystery. This plane is likely bound for Tehran. All right. So I'm going to end that poll. Yes, it is bound for Tehran now. Now we know where it's going. We do not know who is on it, though. So I'll pull that off the screen. Let's see what we got for updates. Let's see what we got rolling in here. We're looking, we're holding tight to see what comes next. Just hold tight. Give me a second. We are looking for any and all updates rolling in at this hour. Crazy, crazy night in the war. We are waiting to see if there will be more Iranian retaliations. Kuwait under heavy fire at this moment. All right, we have some footage that looks like it's out of Kuwait. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen. This is new footage, it appears, out of Kuwait. You can see projectiles in the sky right there. That little orange flash.
يا الله يا الله بنزل عندنا يا الله هي واحد يكون واحد يا الله
Here they come.
ضرب ترى كم سرور يما هذا وقع فوق الناس وقع
Looks like an interception.
يا الله هي يا الله يا الله تركم يا الله ذاك واحد
It looks like an interception, a successful one, breaking these up.
يا الله
Or it's cluster munitions.
وقع كل عندنا والله وقع كل عندنا
Unbelievable footage right there. Unreal. All right, we got $10 from Waves. Hanging tight. Thanks for the great reporting. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, again, I always say can't do it without you guys here. We're also waiting to see if there's any word from CENTCOM of the strike footage coming out. So hang on, hang tight. I wonder, I bet you they've probably put some here. Let me look. I'm looking at some right now. Seeing what we got. Updates are rolling in. We don't want to miss anything. All right, let's see what we got up next. It appears there could be a lull in the firing other than at Kuwait, which is still getting hit hard at this hour. Kuwait, of course, a major U.S. ally. Fun Eagle 45, Soren 51. Go USA. Time to kick butt and end it. Great job reporting, David, for $20. Thank you very much. I think we do have to end it. I think we need to end it once and for all. We need to remind the world. We need to remind the world that we are not playing games. Is Peter back? Is Peter causing more problems? I put him in timeout like a petulant child that he was behaving like, but if I got to straight up ban him, I'll ban him for life. He'll never see this page again. There you go. Gone forever. Banned for life. Banned for life. Never coming back. I hope it was worth it, Peter. I hope it was worth it. So, these are the bombs they might have to use on Pickaxe Mountain. I'll get it on the screen for you. These are the bombs. Wrong tab. That you likely will see. This is the GBU 57. Now, we've used these before. We used these one time. We used them at Fordo and Natanz. I got to stretch my back. My back's getting tight. Been in the chair for a while. We use these at Fordo and Natanz. They are 30,000 pound bunker busters. Hold on. I got to stretch out a little bit. Hang tight. These are 40,000 pound bunker busters. We dropped we dropped 12 of them on Fordo, 6 through 6 down one shaft, 6 down another shaft. We dropped 2 of them on Natanz. These are the bombs that we would use. So they look like this. They're 30,000 pounds each. And they go down into the mountain and obliterate. There's a picture of one getting dropped, although that's getting dropped from a B-52, and obliterate anything that is there. So if they're going to go for Pickaxe Mountain, my guess is this is what they're going to use. I mean, it's actually, I'm not guessing. This is the only option they have to use. So this is what we are looking at in terms of how they can get Pickaxe Mountain. So that is that. The GBU 57, only been used one time before in history. All right, we got some more super chats. We got a new member. John Poteet became a member of the channel. Thank you very much. People are asking how many GBU 57s do we have? That is classified. The number is classified. So we do not know. The U.S. government guards that as a tight secret at all times. They don't want the enemy to know what could be coming at any given time. All right, we are looking for updates as they're rolling in. We are looking as they are coming in here. Yeah, they can only be dropped by B-2s. I don't know why that B-52 pick. Maybe they were testing something. I don't know. People are asking for my Instagram. Instagram, David_Hookstead, XD Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. As I always say, my DMs are wide open. Reach out for whatever you got. There's a lot of cool stuff I share over there that I think you guys would really enjoy. Oh my gosh, I've got some idiot in my DM chats right now. Idiot talking shit about America. That's a great way to make sure. That's a great way to make sure you don't get a response. We got Jeremy, $20. Love to our service member. Godspeed and bring the hammer down. Thanks, David, for all you're doing. Yeah, prayers to our service members. They're in a lot of danger. They do a very risky, dangerous job. Hold on one second. Hang on, hang tight. All right, we are looking in to see what is happening. But yes, we are praying for all of our service members. We are praying for a quick victory. We want a quick victory to end this as fast as possible and get a victory and go home. My grandfather was a tail gunner on a B-17 bomber in World War II, flew 50 missions over Germany, bombing supply lines. Well, hey, we always do a cheers to all the veterans. Your grandfather sounds like he was an epic man, a tail gunner. That's absolutely insane. All righty. All right, we're hanging tight. We're checking to see what's coming in. Checking to see what we got. Looking for updates as they're rolling in at this hour. The question now is, and again, for those of you who didn't see this footage, I will put it up again. I played it at the start of the show. This is over Bahrain. This is reportedly a missile malfunction, is what it believes to be. That's what a lot of people in the chat said it was. But again, I'm curious to get your thoughts. Or they were hitting incoming targets. You guys let me know. And this was another look at it coming down. A lot of you guys said you thought it was a malfunction. Just truly surreal footage that we are watching together in real time. All right, what do we got? What are we all talking about? Yeah, I think it's a malfunction. I think the malfunction theory, or maybe it was a bit of both. I don't know. All right, let's see what we got. See what we got going on flight radar. Coming in. We do have 2 planes in the air right now over Iranian airspace. These appear to be likely civilian flights, although this one does not have a destination of where it was incoming from. This one coming out of Iraq, bound for an unknown location. We got Catnot 3041 for $20. B-52s can carry the GBU-57 MOPS. There was a plan to retrofit that got scrapped later for cost, but they can also deploy the MOPS. I didn't know that. I really thought it was only the B-52, but now that I saw that picture of I only thought it was the B-2, but after seeing the picture of the B-52, yeah, I would be wrong. And like I always say, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I'm not the kind of person who needs to be right at all times. If I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong about something. And it does look like the B-52 can do it. We got Shroud of the Logos. What is best in life? To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, to hear, oh my gosh, to hear the lamentations of their women. Good job, David. Thank you very much. You guys know I'm married now. In fact, I accidentally forgot to put my wedding ring on. But I am married now. So for those of you who don't know, I am married now. And I think I have a photo that would be okay to put on the screen of my wife. Let me see here. Hold on. Give me a second. I will put this up on the screen for you. This was me overseas on my honeymoon. So for those of you who don't know, I am married now. Or actually, give me a second. Maybe here's a better one. Just give me one moment. I'll throw this up on the screen for you. So this is a photo from the wedding day. And then this is a photo. I should probably go full screen, shouldn't I? So that is from the wedding venue shortly before the ceremonies. And this was us overseas on the honeymoon. She does not work for Fox. I see some people asking if she works for Fox. She does not. She does not work for Fox. So yes, I'm a married man now. Hard to believe, isn't it? But yep, those are a couple photos of us. I got plenty more, but that's not what we're here for. Maybe someday. I actually have, this is a cool photo. No, we're not going to do that right now. All right. I don't understand the hostilities towards Turkey, second strongest military in NATO. We should leverage the F-35s over them helping us. That would scare Iran. Turkey has the best military in the Middle East. Yeah, but the problem is Turkey also has the S-400. And the S-400 is highly sophisticated Russian air defense systems that they could then learn the technology of the F-35, which we obviously do not want because that would be terrible on every it would just be a massive, massive disaster. So the negotiations that are ongoing right now are essentially they would have to give up the S-400. We would then give them F-35s after we verified the S-400 was gone, thus guaranteeing that they did not have, or Russian equipment was not being run by a military also using fifth generation American stealth fighter jets. Turkey does have a very competent military. They have a very competent military. They have a very powerful military, and they are a huge landmass. The problem is Erdogan has a tendency to go off the rails. Remember, there was a coup attempt against him in 2016 that was without question 100% backed by the United States of America, by the Obama administration. I'm no fan of Obama. I can't stand his politics, but I'm telling you this much. That coup, we'd be in a better place if the secular military of Turkey was running Turkey and not Erdogan, in my opinion. It's all about getting rid of the S-400 and things of that nature. So we'll see what happens with it, but they do have a very strong, they have a very, very, very strong military. So we shall see what happens with that. But I'm no fan of Erdogan, but there's no question the Turks have a incredibly, incredibly strong military. All right, let's go back to see what updates we got. Oh, by the way, did you guys all see the footage, the video footage of the boat drones we used to blow up the submarine pen? This was nuts. I'm going to put this up on the screen. So we have submarine kamikaze boats, right? Submarine kamikaze boats that snuck into an Iranian submarine pen and blew it up. Blew it up. This is the shocking footage, incredible footage. Let's watch. Here it comes. And there it is. There's the explosion. It's such unbelievably cool technology. Unbelievably cool technology. All right. I do want to ask this. I'm just going to do I've never done this. Let's see. I have a question for you all. We're gonna briefly pivot off of Iran quick, because I know that the Charlie Kirk trial hearing was going on, and there were all these insane conspiracy theories. I want you guys in the chat right now, in the live chat, tell me who you think the biggest grifter in the media is. Politics, media. Who do you think is the biggest liar, grifter, terrible person, just spreading false information? Let me know in the live chat right now who you think that person is. Let me know in the chat. If we have another person in the chat who's causing problems, let me know and I will nuke them. I'll drop the B-57 of the internet on them. The GBU-57 of the internet is me blocking people with no hesitation. So who do you all think is the biggest grifter in the media? Tallarico, The View, everybody but me. I like that answer. We got Candace. People are saying drop the Moab. Candace, The View. Ben Shapiro, someone said. Even if you don't agree with Ben Shapiro, I promise you there are people way worse. Here, I'm just going to be honest with all of you. I know almost all of these people. I know many of these people personally, and I can't stand any of them for the most part. Any of them. And I could tell stories that would get me kicked off YouTube in a matter of minutes if I gave the full details. People who work in the media, I don't care if it's left, right, center, it doesn't matter. I know people across the spectrum. 99% of them are liars, they're egomaniacs, they're scumbags, they're con artists, they're grifters. They don't believe a single thing they're saying. They behave totally different behind closed doors. There is a certain prominent conservative personality who presents, and I got to be careful how I phrase this so you can't tell if I'm talking about a man or a woman, who presents their life, their family life is one thing, and it is well known that this famous conservative influencer behaves entirely different in their private life. And that is not, and again, I know this person personally. I know the people involved in these stories personally. I have witnessed some of this with my own eyes. I've witnessed some of this conduct with my own eyes, treating people like garbage, just being a horrible, horrible person. I've seen it all. I'm telling you, 99% of the people in the media are clowns behind closed doors. And they're some of the dumbest people you'll ever meet. Everyone watching this stream right now is smarter than the average person working in media. And it's not even close. I can count on one hand the amount of people I've met in media. Well, maybe two hands. The amount of people I've met in media who I find to be genuinely intelligent, whether I agree with their opinions or not. I'm talking about as a baseline, is this person genuinely intelligent? And that number's probably less than 10 people. I've been doing this for 12 years, 11 years. Maybe what I'll do is the day I retire, the day to just show you all what con artists these people are. The day I retire and I'm done filming videos, I'm going to get on camera and I'm going to start sharing stories that I have not told the public ever. And then I'm never going to record another video ever again. And that will just sit on the internet. The truth will be out there. You can say a lot of things about me. You can say, I get accused of being a warmonger. I'm not a warmonger. I just think America is better than every other country in the world. And I think our military should kick the ass of our enemies. And I'm not going to apologize for it. That's called being a patriot, right? So I am who I am. I behave the way you see me behave on this camera. That is the same way I behave in private. There is no difference, none at all. And I am a rare exception. I have worked with people, many people, who are the lowest of the throughout media. I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to get into what timeline it was. I have watched the most despicable human beings on the planet behave one way in private and then go on TV and present a totally different image. They're scumbags. They're losers. They're absolute egomaniacs. So I could go on, but I'm telling you, the stories I could tell, it's just unbelievable the shit these people do. I have seen, and I've seen coworkers almost get in a full-on fist fight because one person who's famous said something so wildly inappropriate to them. I thought in the office, I was going to watch this guy's jaw get removed. Now, fortunately, we stepped in and we diffused the situation. Nobody got hurt. Would have been justified, in my opinion. But I hate to tell it to you. People see these people on TV. They see them on the internet, and they think they're stand-up people. They think they're heroes. And I'm telling you, these are imperfect people at best and pieces of trash at worst. So I could go on. I'm not trying to ruin someone's life. I'm not trying to bring I'm not trying to bring someone, trouble, but the fact of the matter is, it is a clown show. Clown show. All right, we got $10. Christopher Rudy, Newsmax is the worst. I don't watch Newsmax. I have no idea who Christopher Rudy is, so I can't comment on that. I only comment on people I personally know, and I have no idea who that is. So sorry, I don't want you to feel like you wasted your $10, but I don't know who that is, so I'm not going to comment on someone that I don't know. And I only form. Here's another thing: I only form opinions on people based on personal interactions. And there are people who I politically disagree with on 98% of issues. And I still respect them as people because I know they tell the truth. And I know that if they say something, they honestly believe it. And I know if they talk about how they live their life, they then don't go to a private event behind closed doors and behave in a totally different way. So I respect that. I can respect people I disagree with. If you're a good person, I'm going to treat you like a good person. If you're a piece of shit, I'm going to treat you like a piece of shit. Pretty straightforward and simple. And here's the other thing. Now I'm really cooking. Now I'm really going. Because again, I've been doing this for a long time. A long time. Everyone in media, for the most part, thinks there's some visionary genius. It's insane to me. I have more respect for the people working at Walmart than the average creative visionary or visionary genius, whatever they call themselves. And I've dealt with that for 12 years. It is hysterical to me. I've had the opportunity in life, and I cannot, these are things I really cannot talk about in depth. I've had the opportunity in life to meet in private for private conversations with people who are actual geniuses and who are actually changing the world and who are running multi-billion-dollar companies, who are developing technology that the world doesn't even know about yet. Those people are actually incredibly impressive people, but they're creating something. They're building something. They're not Washington, D.C. swamp rats, which is what most people are. So I could go on and on. I could go on and on. And there's some real ones. There's some real ones for sure. But it's really, no one wants to know how the sausage gets made. Because once you see how the sausage gets made, you realize what a freak show it really is. It's just crazy. I mean, I'm sure someone's going to clip this and claim that I said something I didn't or take it out of context. I couldn't care less. Could not care less. All right, hold on. We are looking for updates now. We're seeing if anything's coming in. Sorry, everyone. Okay, we got more explosions. We've got more explosions. Hang tight. We've got more explosions in Iran. Bashir, Iran, we have explosions in Iran. More explosions are hitting the ground at this hour. So multiple explosions just erupted in Bashir as we continue to follow it. So it appears the next wave of strikes could be underway. Okay, it appears that they are hitting a dock area maybe, but we have a new wave of strikes. Are the super chats down? I see people are saying the super chats are down. Are the super chats not working? Well, we'll figure that out. I hope they're not down. All right. I just had to ban someone. If you're going to come in here and talk insane things and you're just going to insult everyone and you don't even have a good You don't even have anything to add. You're just going to come in here and insult people. You just got hit with a lifetime ban. Oh yeah, dude. Two of the dumbest people in media, two of the absolute dumbest people in media are Scott Ritter and that moron Douglas McGregor. I don't talk about private events. I've never met Scott Ritter, but that guy's as dumb as they come. That dude's IQ is somewhere around, I should stop before I really start going. Scott Ritter's a moron. One of the dumbest people you will ever find with access to the internet. Here are the biggest morons on the internet. Now I'm cooking. Here are the biggest morons on the internet when it comes to having no effing idea what you're talking about. Scott Ritter, Douglas McGregor, Ian Carroll. The idiot trifecta. The idiot trifecta. Ian Carroll, Douglas McGregor, Scott Ritter. Idiot, idiot, idiot. We got $10, so I guess the super chats are working. K9 Capone, love your honesty, rare and respected brother. Well, thank you very much for watching. So we have more strikes are reported underway at this hour. That is right. More strikes are underway. Hold on one second. Hold on. Stay with me. We're going to monitor these strikes. But yeah, I can't stand all three of those people. I mean, they're just so unbelievably stupid. It's enraging. All right, we're going to look for more updates. See what we got coming in. So we now know more airstrikes are underway in Bashir. Keep your chats coming. The super chats are working. People are saying I didn't name anyone. Well, I didn't name the worst one. I will someday, though. Someday when I ride off into the sunset, won't be soon. And to be clear, I have worked with some amazing people. I have worked with some amazing people. You know the kind of people where it's 2 a.m. and you need to make a phone call and you're going to have to go do something you're never ever going to talk about again in a place you're never supposed to be. Maybe there's night vision goggles involved. Maybe there's not. We're just throwing out ideas. I have worked with some people. I could pick up that phone and I could say, hey, we're going tonight. Operation is a launch. We're going tonight. And they'd be there right by my side in a heartbeat. And I've worked with some other people that I've never spoken to since we stopped working together. And I will never, hopefully, God willing, will never speak to them again. All right, we got Andrew Wan, new member of the channel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, what are we going? People are asking if Kuwait is still under attack. We have no updates out of Kuwait. We do not know how many strikes there were, how many were intercepted. We do not know at this time. Would you guys want to live stream a tell-all about the media? Let's get that as a poll question. All righty. We got some more super chats coming in. I'll pull this down. Why are they not flying the B-52 and B-2 to level those places in underground bunkers? This seems like a limited political operation. We don't know that they're not. We don't know. At the start of the war, they were telling us what they were using every day. Now they're not. Now they are not telling us what is in the strike packages. We're kind of left to, kind of guess and speculate. I would be shocked if the B-2s haven't been used at all. It's unlikely the B-52s, I think, have been used. I would be shocked if we hadn't used any of the B2s, but they're not telling us. So we don't know. That's the honest answer. We don't know at this time what is being used and what isn't being used. So good question. Those would be strikes probably. You'd want to use those for the underground stuff more inland. Right now they're trying to open up the coastline and push everyone back from the coast. So that is what we know about that. We'll use them. Trust me. The B-52 is not getting retired. All right, I'm trying to see what you guys are saying. A media half-assed Homestead for $10. A media tell-all video will get this channel canceled. Probably. If I said the things I knew about people in the media, I'd probably get my channel nuked overnight because I'd have to tell the truth, and the truth would require me to talk about things that aren't very appropriate. All right, Bob Windham, super sticker, $10. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm just chuckling over this one because it's probably true. And I'll tell you this. This will blow your guys' mind. One of the hardest working people I ever worked with in my whole life. One of the hardest working people I ever worked with in my whole life. And I'm not young anymore. I'm not old, but I'm not young. Does not work for a conservative news outlet. This person would not want attention brought to them, but they don't work for a conservative news outlet. So it goes to show you that you can be on different networks, different parts of the spectrum. And as long as you're a good person, you're a good person. And as long as you're honest, you're honest. All right. We got a new member, Chad Bristow. Thank you very much for joining the membership. If you've just joined the show, again, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and that you guys are also liking the video to make sure we get the truth out there to as many people as possible. All right, we are looking for more updates as they're coming in. All right, we are looking to see what is going on, what the latest updates are. We are seeing what is rolling in. People are asking where they can get my hat. My mom made this hat. She also made this shirt, too. The Dusty World War II helmet. I'll ask her if she sells any of these hats still. I honestly don't know if she does or not. All right, what do we got? Let's see what we got. Do we have a mass exodus of Tehran? All right, it appears we have another flight. Hold on. We have another flight. A Tehran flight is taken off to an unknown location. It is headed to an unknown location in the mountain regions in the east. Hang tight. We do not know yet where this plane is going. It could be scheduled. It could not be. We don't know at this time. It does not have a listed destination. All right, we are watching. where this plane could be headed. It looks like, nope, it's gone. It's gone. The plane is gone. The plane is gone. The plane has disappeared. So as quickly as we saw it, now where's this one going? Well, this one's coming from Iraq. As quickly as it appeared, it then disappeared. 2 planes are airborne right now over Iran. And boom. Whoops, timed out. No big deal. Well, we've been here for about 2.5 hours. We are cooking. Is that the end of the strikes for the night? We're watching to see. We are watching to see what is going on at this time. All right, we have an update with the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz largely remaining locked down. We have a new member right here, Savenska 33. Thank you very much. Also, when it comes, let's do the Strait of Hormuz thing, and then I'm going to get into this. Because I want to talk to you about some other podcasters, too, who I trust, who I believe. All right. So right now it says visible commercial traffic through the Strait of Hormuz remains far below the normal average of 130 ships per transit or per day. Fewer than a dozen vessels have crossed in 24 hours. So following the immense trade of fire on all sides and the blockade is now in effect, the Strait of Hormuz is effectively locked down. I repeat, the Strait of Hormuz is effectively locked down. So now we wait to see how many more ships are blown up and sunk and what comes next as the missiles and bombs continue to fall. And we got another member, Slugworth 8111. Slugworth, I'm a little bit surprised you're only now just becoming a member. I see you in here all the time. All righty. So it appears we might be towards the end of the exchange of fire for the night. Let me see if we have an update on the planes. No, it does not appear that we do. So the planes appear done for the night. All right, guys. It appears with the sun up in Iran, the fighting might have subsided for the time being. I will be back tomorrow with the regular scheduled programming to make sure that you guys all have the news that you need to get. So it has been an awesome Tuesday night. We will be coming back with more emergency lives if we need them as events dictate. Ooh, we got a super chat from Andrew Wan for $10. No message. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, guys. It has been an awesome night. 2.5 hour stream. All gas, no breaks. We're not slowing down. We're bringing high energy. We're bringing people the news. We're going to make sure the world knows what is going on out there. So thank you for spending your night with me. As always, guys, you're the best viewers on YouTube. You're the best audience on YouTube. You're the smartest audience on YouTube. And I always feel incredibly blessed and grateful that you choose to take time out of your busy schedule to spend it with me. So we're going to call it a night. Thank you very much. I will see you back tomorrow morning and throughout the day with more updates.